Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. We want to continue with the cumulative frequency curve or Ogive, right? And then this is what we have from the previous video that you have watched. Now what we want to do is continue with the cumulative frequency curve, or let's see how we have it here or how we're going to put it here. You will need a graph sheet, by the way. Notice that this is what I'm using, right? Let's continue. Within your graph sheet, first thing that you need to do is make sure that you label. You have your cumulative frequency curve, Ogive, and then you could put weight of students, right? Since that is what we are talking, I put kilograms also here, with kilograms of students. Now what does this tell me? It just tells me that the curve that I'm going to be doing here on this graph sheet is going to be talking about weight of students, and then that is what I need to follow. On this side, I need to include scale, right? You have your x-axis and you have your y-axis. We're going to fill this out in a few, and then I'll take a few minutes to explain what you need to put there and then move on. On the line that is the vertical line on this side, you will always have the cumulative frequency. So here, let's put the cumulative frequency. So we have the cumulative frequency on that side, the cumulative frequency, and then at the bottom we will have the weight, right? So that is what we have. Now notice that I have used 1 centimeter down here and I have used 1 centimeter here to write on. So that means that my line is going to be starting from here, so that it doesn't interfere with my writing here and my writing here, right? 1 centimeter this way and 1 centimeter this way, right? So let me start off by doing my lines. My lines are going to be, hope you guys can see it like this. Start off this way, and of course I'm using the bold line from my graph sheet, since I know that if I don't, then I will need to figure out what 1 cm is going to be, right? Now this is what I'm saying. Your boldest line is this one here. In between you have smaller lines and bolded lines, and then this thinnest line that you have, and then, right? So I'm using the boldest because I know from one bold line to the other one it is 1 cm. Okay? So this is what I have. I have quadrant 1 of my Cartesian plane. You will always use this quadrant 1. I left 1 cm so I could write, and I left 1 cm here so I could write. Okay, so, and then this is where I'm going to do my curve here, right? Alright, so let's take a look at what we are going to do next. If you take a look at the cumulative frequency reaches up to 200, right? Which is this one here. So if your cumulative frequency reaches to 100, then you will stop at 100. If it stops at 150, then you stop at 150. If it stops at 75, then it stops at 75. But here it says 200, so that means that on my y-axis, this one here, on my y-axis, this must reach up to 200. If you take a look at the x-axis, which is the one here at the bottom one is going to be this side here, right? 200, which is that there, and then 92, which is that there, right? So this is 92, so I must reach up to 92 or a little bit farther than that, right? Now, when it comes to scaling, you have to be a little bit strategic, because notice that in terms of the cumulative frequency, you could put it anyway. But for the x-axis, which is the width, I want all my points to fall right within 1 centimeter of length. So let me see how I'm going to do this one. My first number is going to start from 29. So I'll put 29 here. So 29 goes on that line, the 1 cm apart. Then I have the second one, which is 38. So let me put it here. Now let me find out how many units fall from 29 to 38. From 29, I have 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and then 38. If you notice, it's going up by 9. So what I will indicate on my x-axis here is that 1 cm equals to 9 units, right? 1 cm equals to 9 units. Now what does that say? It just says that after 38, 9 units will be the next centimeters. So 38, and that should be 47 if you notice here. But let's take a look at it. 38, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. That's 9 units again. 47 is what we have. So you see what's happening here? I am making sure that all these numbers here that are to the right will end up exactly under a distance of 1 cm. 47, 47, then 9 more, 37, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Notice that 56 goes here, and that is what I had here, right? So how did I do that? I just placed the first two numbers here, and then I counted. 29 was this one. How much units do I have to count to get to 38? 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. That was 9 units, right? And then that is what you have to do. Since I know what I'm doing now, notice that I have 29, 38, 47, 56. That is what I have here. Then I will go 65, then 74, then 83, and then 92, and this is what we have here. 92 is the last one. Notice that I have 92 here. Now notice that I could have spaced this a little bit more, but it's alright like this. Now from here to here is 29 units. So that means that here I need to put a little broken line here. See what I did there? That broken line is telling whoever is reading my graph is that I am not going up by a multiple of 9, right? Because here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, way up to 29 in here, which is more than 9. So I enter this to be a broken line, right? All right. So on this now, notice that I need to reach up to 200. So by how much should I go up? Let's think. If I go by tens, I will go 1 cm 10 units. I will go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 40, 50, 60, 70. I will have a lot of numbers to put on that side. So what I'll decide, or what I will do, is I will go up by 20s. So I put 1 cm equals 20 units. Now what is that telling me? It is telling me that I am going up by 20s. So 1 cm, 20. Now notice that from here to here is 20. 20, then I have 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, and then 200. Notice that I reached 200. I don't need to go any farther, right? Let me zoom it in a little bit, right? Notice that I don't need to go a little bit farther, right? So that is what we have so far, and then from there on I need to start plotting my points, right? Now why did I choose 20? I choose 20 because what I need to reach is 200, and if I went by 5 or by 10s, I don't think it's going to give within the graph. So I went by 20 and notice that I have 200 right here. Alright, so let's move on. So what we have now is that we're going to be plotting the points. Plotting the points, notice that what the points were, what we have is 29 here, 29, 16. So we're going to find 29, which is this bold line there, and then I'm going to go up to 16. Notice that I again don't have 16, but I went way up to 20. So how do I get 16? 16. So let me see, how many lines do I need to go up to get to 16? 1 cm. If you take a look at 1 cm, 1 cm from here to here has 10 small lines. Let me see if I could zoom in so you guys can see those small lines there. See there? From here to here, that is 10 small lines, which is 1 cm. And then from here to here, again, it is 10 small lines because it is 1 cm. So how do I know by how much do I need for count to go to reach 16? This is how we do it. 1 cm equals 20 units, right? Because we were going by 20, 40, 50 multiples of 20. 1 cm has 10 lines, so I'll do this down here. 10 lines divided by 20 units. 10 lines, which is 1 cm. 1 cm has 10 lines divided by 20 units, goes at the denominator. We divide that and we get 0.5 lines equal 1 unit, right? So what is that telling me? That is telling me that half of that small line that we have there is going to be 1 unit. So let's start counting. 29, that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Why do I go by 2s? Because half of a line is 1 unit. So that means that one line is going to be 2 units. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. My point is right here. Notice what I do is I just set my pencil and just try to do a circle, a little dot there. Don't do a huge dot because then it doesn't look neat. Notice that my dot is going to be very tiny there, but it helps me to do what I need to do, right? So that is what we have. So the second one is I'm going to use 38 to 42. 38 is the width, so let's find width 38, and then we go up to 42, and then 42 is going to be one line above 40, because we know that one line is 2 units, or half a line is 1 unit. So if half a line is 1 unit, then one line is 2 units. So that's what we have. The next point that we have is going to be 47 and 76. So 47 is right here. I'm going to go up to 60, then 62, 64, 66, 68, 70, and then we're going to go to 76, right? 76. So right here, 70 is right here, then 72, 74, 76. My point is going to be right there. Now notice that those points need to be accurate, or else our curve is going to look a little bit messed up. The next point that we have, now that you have seen it, let me just go back to normal size so you guys can see what I'm doing now. So next point that we have is 56 to 220. 56 is right here, and then 120. 56, 120 right here. Right? Then we have 65 to 160. So 65 right here, and then to 160 right here. Right, so that is what we have. Notice that my points are coming out. And then we have 74 to 184. 74 to 180, 82, 84 right here, the second line after 180, right? And then we have 83 to 196, 83 to 190, 80, 82, 84, 86, 88, 90, 92, 94, 96 right here, right? And then the last one is going to be 92 to 200, right? 92 to 200, 92 is right here. We go up that line, and then 200 is right here. After you have found all those points, notice that you end up something like that. And then what we need to do is connect all those points together. Don't use a ruler to connect one point to the other point, and then the other point to the other point, and so on going down. It has to be a free sketch, which means that you will set your pencil or your pen down, and then you are going to draw a curve right passing on top of all of those little dots that you have there. Notice that my dot is not something big like this. Some of you guys like to do that. It's not big, it's a small dot like how I have it here, or else it's going to be wrong, right? So take your time and then do that. Alright, so once you have all the dots, connect all the dots with a freehand smooth curve to the last dot, right? So see the way I'm going to do it. Make sure that the line passes each dot that you have done, and that is what you get, right? Zoom in, that is what you get. Something like that is what you get, right? You can try this one on a graph sheet so you guys can see what you're doing, and then we move on from there. Alright, there we have it. Cumulative frequency curve, it has been completed, and that is what we have, right? So that's the cumulative frequency curve. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. If you have any questions, please ask. I'll be here to help you. The cumulative frequency, depending on what the number is here, or the total frequency is what you have to go with. If it's 100, then you could go by tens, right? Each centimeter is 10, and then you don't have to go 20, 40, but you will go 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. And then of course the x-axis will be determined by the group. So if this is 29 to 38, how many units you have from 29 to 38, and then that is what we have here. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll continue. Make sure you watch the part 3, which is going to be finding the estimated median, the number of students with weight less than 49 kilograms, the number of students with more than 78 kilograms, and then the number of students with at least 49 kilograms, right, for the next video. So keep in tune. Thank you.